All right, hopefully we streaming, bro. We better. What's messing with tonight? Goofing around, getting things set up. The fishing hasn't been super awesome, but it's a beautiful, beautiful 80-degree night here in Minnesota. So out playing around, testing the grass, testing the new mounts, testing all kinds of things. See if we can't get the trying the mooch here. We've been fishing deep. We're about to go shallow because the mooch blew top here. Where are your videos? Live? No, come on. View channel. All right, let's see if we can get a few people tuning in here. Ooh, hear myself. All right, we got the chat. What's up, chat? Ah, man, it's so hard. Even it's tiny on this tablet. How was the sound? It sounded like I was pretty decent. BBC around? We're in about 7, 8 feet of water. 6, 7? We're in 6, 7 feet of water, not 7, 8. We've been got our new boat logic mount from Solar Pros, and this thing, I feel like if I had to get towed in, I think I would hook to this boat logic mount instead of to the bow hook. The thing's so solid. So got our 360 straightened out, so it's pointing correct on the new boat, getting it aligned. I've been trying to get the live scope tuned in so I can see everything the way I want it to. Why did that just go dark? What? I feel like I just saw a little something there. A suspicious looking blob out here. It has been a beautiful night, but not amazing fishing. My tablet just I'm gonna go back to viewing. Can I see myself on my history? Yeah, that's cool. What's the chat saying? Caro, Grimy, Frank, sounds pretty good. Throw the old native glide here. Been out fishing mostly deep, like 10, 12, 13, 14 feet. Lots of bait fish out there. A few tiny bass that I caught. Didn't see a lot on the screen that made me think there was a bunch of big bass out there. So we're gonna go shallow and goof around. Throw a jig, swim bait, maybe dip in, throw a frog a little bit. Been a lot of small fish on this lake the last few times I've been out, but last year I crushed them around Father's Day, so I know there's still some big ones out here. I just haven't really figured out where they've... Try not to smoke my native glide off a dock tonight and rotating the old black and blue jig. It is the time of year where this jig typically starts to get a little better. A couple weeks it's really good. It's almost been too warm maybe. I don't know, like... A bit of shallower milfoil right here. But beautiful night. The wind is now laid down a little bit. Was kind of blowing a little bit earlier. It was downright hot when I first got out here. Did see a couple guys out muskie fishing tonight. Throwing some big baits. What does this say? Cancel. I can catch small ones on this lake, Frank. Don't worry. This lake in small ones has been no problem. You think ducks will eat a glide? Dude, I need to figure out how to be able to read this chat much bigger. It'd be nice if you, in YouTube, if you could like make the chat bigger like you can on your cell phone. Is Carol doing good? Yeah, I agree. This worm... Maybe thinking I should maybe go back and throw a frog. That might be actually what, of all the things of a warming trend actually being good for, it might be for a frog bite. I don't know. It seems like it's got the fish all... The native live, it is looking sexy tonight. Not gonna lie. But yeah, went to the Vikings games last night. Great seats, ugly game. But had a good time with my daughter last night. Free tickets, which was nice. 68. I feel like I can get more out of it. We only had like 5,500 RPM, so feel like there's more to unlock there. What's this? Oh, what the? I could have sworn my jig was swimming towards me there. What the? That was going to be locked up on one for sure there. Ooh, heads up. Like I haven't been fishing in like 10 days. Need to get a guest lined up for Wednesday night. People got ideas? What kind of guests should we go with? I don't know who I want. I was fully decked. I had my Jared Allen jersey on because it was Jared Allen's Hall of Fame ring ceremony last night, which was probably the coolest part. He came out on a motorcycle. It was right in front of our faces, and I don't know, some cool stuff. It seems like the StreamYard's banging along. Putting out a good signal tonight. We've been a little bit snake bit on actually putting fish in the boat with the old GoPro Live. It'd be nice to lock up on one on the glider. Would have been a great place to get smoked right there. Is TK on? I want a refund. This thing ain't working. I'm gonna have to get a BBC glide. Maybe those will catch fish. My best day on this swim bait was definitely much later, mid-October, up north, about 4 weeks from now. Water temps were in the 50s. Water temps are in the 70s still right now. 72.3 is what I got on the old bird here. 71 on the Garmin. Sun's getting low quick. Come fish, cooperate. Yeah, let's get the fish to cooperate. Do it for Caro. Me catching a fish would help her healing process. But yeah, we got our mount set up the way we want tonight. We got our live scope transducer settings a little more dialed in. Oh, I'm gonna have to redo it once I get my Fish Obsessed mount in. We got the 360 aligned tonight. Played around with a few other things. Ooh, burped. I will say the amount that I went live trying to do guests this year, not what I had hoped. Life just got in the way when it came to weeknight. Now it gets so dark so early, I don't know how I would even do that this time of year. Been watching a lot of my daughter's soccer games. They're undefeated in varsity. 4-0-4, 4 wins, 4 ties. So that's been kind of exciting. They're having a good season. Been cutting into the fishing a little bit, but I don't know, should we get the frog out for these pads in front of us? Let's hear it chat. Should I throw the frog on this little patch of pads? I'm gonna just go ahead and assume you're gonna say yes. If you said no to the frog, you probably should just leave. Do a giveaway and the fish will come. What do you want me to do? Give away a boat or what? It is cooling down all of a sudden. When the sun goes down, nights hotter. What this here? I feel like I've gotten less brave ever since I smoked one of these on a dock and broke it. Man, this thing just looks so sexy in the water. A non-working native gill. Throw this frog on this lay down. Shallow grass. I did get a couple sweet bites in my last tournament on a frog up shallow. That's not a good cast. The flappy frog. Yeah, that's what I should be throwing, is the flappy frog. Seems like the fish just lose their mind on that thing. Shallow grass looks good. I think we need to switch glasses. We got to go with the low light shades here. Water clarity is pretty darn good here. I'm actually throwing one of my OG favorite frogs, the Evolve Nervous Walker. It's kind of like a live target. Big profile, big body, moves a lot of water, super soft. Don't really have time to fish super slow with the frog, so like they either need to come up and eat it or not eat it. I really have not been out on any of my local lakes in a long time, so I guess I was out here for what? We fished for 30 minutes that night. We were breaking in the boat, and I caught a couple dinkers on that weed line, and I already fished the weed line. That was worse. All right, let's dive in. Let's get the flappy frog out. Oh, where are you? Oh, there's buzz bait. Try the buzz bait. That's on top. Try the old buzz piece. The booger man. Turn our lights on. Threw the buzzbait a decent amount on the Madison chain, yielded literally 0 bites, but the buzz frog did get a couple bites on second day of the event. We are getting into buzzbait season right now. Shallow milfoil looks decent. There was literally a guy in there. Oops. Not much. What's that? Thank you. He must not have heard me hit his canopy with my buzzbait when he was standing in there. Taco, taco. All right, we're gonna probably go down swinging with this frog on this big pad flat here. Definitely caught fish here other times of year. Water looks good in here. Why is this frog not cooperating here? It's too soft. Instead of in the pads. I do love how quiet this new Ultrex trolling motor is. Not sure how we lived without it for a couple of years. Give the buzz piece. See if they're out on the edges. Flushed a couple ducks, some mallards. We got any duck hunters out there about ready to? It's gonna be their time of year here soon. Buzzbait's sounding good. It's kind of a little bit of a mat up there. Then we got to get our way up to that mat. I don't have a buzz toad on. That was a. I got a regular Evolve Nervous Walker floating frog, and then I was throwing a buzz bait just now. I do have the Spro Flappy Frog. Oh, I saw a little swirl there. Not where my frog was, but we're gonna try to present our frog where we saw that little swirl. Probably just a bluegill. Some geese coming here on a flyby. She could start early. Yeah, so I think I've caught 3 Frank-sized bass tonight, little tiny ones, and a bluegill when I was fishing out deep. And I think I missed 1 fish on a jig while you were watching. That's about the only bites. Sometimes those Chamber of Commerce weather days are not the best fishing days. They should be biting right now, though, somewhere. I mean, suppose I could have went to a different deep area. What fun is that? Probably should have stayed home and edited a video. Oh, I just had a little one, just like, pfft. Definitely a Frank-sized bass. If I had a Cinco on, I could probably throw back in there and try to catch him. Definitely not what we're after. It'd be easier to see this with. Does the chat get any bigger like this? I don't know. Not really. Fear. Last time we went live, I think I caught a frogfish right in this little area right before the battery died. Nice thick cheese in there. Maybe that's still just come out around it. Gnats. Here, just a tiny bit of little popping in the pads here. Not much. Not a lot of activity. Helicopter flying over. Still looking for a name for the new phoenix, the new bird. We'll be accepting nominations in the comments. It looks really good on the camera. Ches. Few little bit of movement. Throw the pads here in front of this little culvert. I think I need to get some UV resin to look around at, like a way to play around with frog repair. One kissed it. I don't know how big he was, but one kissed it. I feel like that might be an underrated way to like repair. Ugh, horrible cast. Well, he tried to kiss it again. He ain't much. But like instead of using like super glue on frogs, maybe the UV resin would be the deal for like sealing them up. My frog sank. Do I dare dig the Senko out and try to catch this monster? The Hellebird. The Phoenix versus the Camus. I don't know. They've both been good. I mean, they definitely drive a little different. I almost feel like, I mean, I know this is a 21-foot boat and it's like 7 inches longer, but I do feel like I got more storage in the Bird. Maybe I just haven't put all my tackle in there yet. The Bird gets out of the hole better. I don't know if that's the Yamaha or the design of the boat. What the freak? The Phoenix definitely cuts the waves. Camus more absorbed them. Oh, felt one peck it up there. He must not be big if you can't get the Senko. We got problems here. And we're trying to catch probably 8-inch bass on a Senko right now. Times are tough. If we had Frank here, he specializes in this kind of stuff. Ugh. The bugs coming out. It's not all about. Did I just hook a bird? I don't think so. Wacky Ned, huh? Like golden hour? Do we got good lighting right now? Ugh. People making noise on their pontoon. Ugh. Chris Russ, kayak champion, big bass smasher in the house. I think I saw Trevor Wagner in the chat. I don't know if he's been cranking out any videos. He's probably got more videos on his YouTube channel than I do lately. Kids are so loud. I really decided I only really like my own kids. I don't like other people's kids. Other people's kids are annoying. Does anybody else ever feel that way? Artistic. No fish to interrupt the ASMR flow that we got here, which is nice. If you were a frogfish, where would you be sitting? And what frog would you want to eat? $7:30. Yeah, we are almost out of daylight. Be a good time for one to just get stupid. We definitely have not blasted him in the new boat yet. That is faux show. Ugh. You supposed to throw a buzzbait at sunset? Is that a thing? My mic's probably not picking up the buzzbait sounds. Let me get a good shot of it on the camera here. See that? Looks like a Bassmaster cover. That buzzbait. Just missing the eat. I mean, You don't get this kind of lighting and scenery on BTL Live, tell you that for free. Ooh, I feel like I landed on one, like spooked it almost, like something like. Can't say I've had a lot of great luck like night frogging. I feel like I should just go with the flappy frog for the last ditch. A few minutes here. See if it can save the day. The black silhouette. Where are you, flappy frog? Should be on the top. There she is. The midnight walker. Black flappy frog. Try to reel it through a couple of these little holes down the edge. Never had that happen. The leg of my flappy frog actually got caught in the little. What's going on? What was all that buffering about? So honestly say I've never really done good at dusk in Minnesota. Little swirl right here. Anybody listen to Panger's pre-recorded show with Chase, what's his name, Anderson? I was just going to wait till it came out on podcast. I have not listened to it yet. We're testing the... Oh boy! What are we... Buckle up, kids! Just mashed that flappy frog. Look at that little guy. He was mad at it. Little frog eater. We saved the day. We caught one. I think he's going to be a big one someday. Let's get him back in the water. Look at that. Take that, Frank. Probably too big for you. It was a good eat. He smoked it. 7:37. I'm gonna try this. Let's try this other stretch here. Working our way out. We got it was worth the price of admission. Something about that flappy frog. They get mad at it and they just smoke it, big or small. It's really rare that I like miss a bite on a flappy frog, I feel like. What the heck? Three minutes? Was that bad? Or are you just gonna listen to it later? You just realized it wasn't live and you're like, yeah, I'll catch it later. I think that frog was officially, or that bite was officially after sunset, I'm pretty sure. Got some kind of sparse pads on this point here, maybe. Give it a little shot before we call it. Maybe 5 more minutes. We'll be out in this little area next spring when we have wide open catch and release bass. I'll be in this bay next spring, bringing you some chatterbait action. Maybe some mini max Evo chatter. Why is this thing being a butthole? Try turning the old Starlink. Need an intern back there to like turn the Starlink so it's always pointed at Eline's satellites. Is it getting dark or is it just me? Should have went flappy earlier. I think we would have caught a couple more. Got a little grass clump right out in front here. All right, we'll effort for a guest on Wednesday night. All right, one more point. Watch most of them on replay, not getting the live. The duck's looking at my flappy frog. I had an issue with the Monona ducks. I think they get fed so much on like the walking paths that they literally were constantly going after my frog, thinking it was like somebody throwing them a Cheeto or a piece of bread or something. Does anybody else ever keep fishing even when the bite sucks because they want to figure it out, and then when the bite's good, they also don't want to come in? Or is that just me? There's another one. Oh, I blew him out of the water. Don't come off. Ugh. I still got him? Is he hung on like a root pad? Ha! Look at that, kiddos. They're getting bigger. That one almost a 12-incher, Frank. Can we even see it? Twilight bassin with the flappy frog. If you guys have not tried the flappy frog, you should use the Omnia code and get yourself a couple because they are fun. Get him back in the water. Just the bite's just heating up. We can't leave. You know, for how small those fish are, they blasted that frog. Ha I think this flappy frog's starting to get a little worn out. It's done too much work. Not just from tonight, but that's what I'm thinking, like some UV resin might bring this thing back. We literally fished that with the other frog. Well, just after we went live. Two for the good guys. The buzzard? I feel like that's got a negative connotation to it. Night bassin. Try this little point up here. don't know if you guys will be able to see it if I catch one. Wow, there's a lot of ducks on that bank. Look at that sunset. The silhouette of the willow tree. You guys are getting that for free right now. One other boat out here. The guests lined up for Monday night. Leave comments in the replay with names of the boat. But yeah, thanks everybody. Be good. Get out fishing. Carol, get well. And we did not suck less or catch a big bass tonight.